Welcome, STEMgineers, to STEM to Stern, the podcast where curiosity meets critical thinking. Join Chauntée and Jake as they discuss STEM topics that spark debate and exploration.
Hi, everyone. I'm Chauntée.
And I'm Jake.
Welcome to STEM to Stern. Today's question is directed at Jake, of course, and it is, what STEM-related trend is overhyped and why?
So you're asking in my opinion.
Of course, I'm asking your opinion.
Okay.
What else would I want?
All right. It's hard for me. I don't have opinions very often, so this will be difficult. Okay, so hear me out. AI is pretty cool, right? Like we get all these AI related, like AI generated images, AI generated videos, tools like ChatGPT are helping people to write things and write code and things. AI is very, very cool. We can all agree on that, but I think it's a little overhyped in the sense that I don't think what we now have and what we now call AI is truly artificial intelligence.
Wait, what?
So here's my argument. So hear me out. So let's say you hop on Chat GPT and you're asking it like, hey, tell me something about the history of coding, let's say, or the history of computers. Well, when it gives you those few paragraphs on that topic, it at the end of the day, it's really not artificial intelligence. It's like a deep learning algorithm. Like it's a language algorithm. So it's only really good at one thing. So like each of these AI algorithms are really only good at one particular thing, like generating images or coming up with language to fill up a few paragraphs. Computers don't currently have the adaptive ability that humans have that make us truly intelligent.
I can see that because honestly, I mean, and again, this is just a personal opinion on that. But when it comes to how AI generates its information, it's all coming from stuff we fed into it, right?
Precisely.
And is that what you mean by that? That it's not really its own intelligence, it's our intelligence, but it still doesn't have the ability that humans have to adapt in that way.
Somewhat. Like, I guess what I'm trying to say is like each individual AI algorithm that we have out there is really only good at one specific thing. And again, it's machine learning. We're feeding it data and then it's producing something out of that. But like, like for instance, like I can go up to like a 5-year-old kid, let's say, and teach them how to play baseball, let's say.
Okay.
And then they can take that information about throwing the ball and running and going from this point to another point. From there, they can kind of infer how football works, let's say, as an example. So like being able to take information and adapt to new environments, that's something that AI can't really do right now. And it's still kind of limited in its very, this algorithm does this really well, this one does this. But they can't do all of the things and apply knowledge to other areas like we can.
I can see that.
And ultimately, part of this comes down to how we define artificial intelligence. Are we saying that a computer has its own threshold for reaching artificial intelligence, or do they have to be as smart as we are?
That's true, and that definition does vary depending on the type of research people are doing and what the purpose is behind it. But I do think like anything else that comes into play with technology, the advancements that we're constantly having in technology is the idea that we have to be aware and we have to constantly be checking because it's a scary thing. All of this stuff is scary and new.
And that brings up another question. Right now, AI isn't quite on the level of human intelligence, but do we want to give it that level of intelligence?
That's a good question.
I've seen Terminator. I've seen The Matrix. These are very important documentaries that are important to watch. To learn from. No, they're not.
Where is he wrong, though, when it comes to that? All I'm saying is we want to know what you think. Do you think that we're headed in a direction that's scary? Or do you feel like, hey, we have the tools we need to adapt and figure out how to use it in a profitable way, really?
Exactly.
But what are your thoughts?
Yeah, let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Unless you're an AI robot in that case,
we don't want your opinion.
Yeah, in that case, we're scared of you. So
That's right. Okay, well, until next time.
Till next time, guys.
Thanks for tuning in to STEM to Stern. We hope today's episode got you thinking. If you enjoyed the discussion, subscribe and share it with others. And be sure to check out our show notes for free resources and links that go along with today's episode. Until next time, keep questioning and keep exploring, STEM engineers.